Good evening, beautiful people. So, I really want to unpack these Epstein files because I don't know about anybody else, but the more they tell me that there's nothing to see, that the case is closed or that there's nothing left to investigate, makes me more suspicious of it. And the reason why I say this is because you have over 1,000 victims that have yet to be talked to about these allegations. So how can you close something or say that there's nothing there when you haven't talked to these victims, these survivors? Not only that, but the redactions are those files are so heavily redacted to it has basically went overboard to protect a bunch of men and not these survivors. You have victims who, like I said, who are begging, who have asked for years to be talked to, who are just waiting for a phone call from the FBI to come in to be questioned or whatever, however they go about doing this, and they haven't done this. Now, you have Trump, which, when he speaks, I rarely listen because he really disgusts me. But I think he said something to the effect that that he's not in the files or that there was nothing there for basically to investigate about him. There was no there with him. But the thing is, he was in there and then he took him out. And whatever he says, I take it as face value because of the person who he is. This is someone who has had many allegations against him. Not only that, who has been filed civilly liable in the past. So you have somebody who's being accused of something, who's saying that there's no there, and he controls the Justice Department. So I don't trust what he's saying. And like I said, why was he put in there and then taken out? Basically, why is he in the files so much? If, like I said the other night, if there is nothing there, then why are you are heavily mentioned? You have allegations, but you're also heavily mentioned in those files. You're as being a known. Not saying that he can't be friends with Epstein's or he couldn't be friends with Epstein's, but he was very close with Epstein. They partied together, like they said. And so when you party, and I don't even know what partying is it partying or partying together? I don't know. But at the end of the day, like I said, you haven't talked to these survivors yet. So I don't want to hear anything he says. And he's a liar. Okay? My side, he's Papa Pedo. So I don't even want to hear nothing he got to say. But you have underage girls, with all these allegations, underage girls, which we know they're, when you're underage, you can't give consent, yes or no, to those type of things, So, it frustrates me so much to the fact that these people are being protected. These men are being protected, and it's like the government is going out their way to protect all of these men, like I said, and it's something there. It's something that just is fishy, and if your radar isn't going off or sirens isn't going off, concerning this matter, then something's really wrong with you because, just watch or listen and go to social media or whatever, get the little clippets of what's going on, and it's going to be like, yeah, something that is not there. Then you have, I guess we're bringing subpoenas back, right? Because the Clintons, you know, they have, they've agreed to sit down. So my thing is, when that's cool, yeah, they've agreed to sit down or whatever. But I'm just saying, when January 6th was going on, these Republicans, they didn't want to go sit down and talk. You know, they didn't want to talk at all. So we're bringing it back now. So now that we are bringing subpoenas back and people actually, or showing up or in following the law when it comes down to subpoenas, then yeah, Trump, his kids, and anybody else, yeah, they do need to sit down. And also these Congress people too. Some of them need to have a seat as well. They need to be talked to. So, but I go back to these Epstein files. This man is Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell are the only two people who gets in trouble for this. This is another thing. They're the only two people that got in trouble for this. And you're the only two people that he didn't traffic young girls just for himself. He was trafficking them for other men. So once again, how are these other men not being brought in? Like I said, this thing is not over with, and the more they try to tell us that it's over with, and like, you know, at first I was like, okay, we were saying, yeah, they doing everything to keep everybody away from Epstein and keep the people, it's a distraction, right? I'm like, okay, it could possibly, but now I know, yeah, it is a distraction. Everything else, whether it's ICE, how cruel they are, it has been a distraction because they don't want us to focus on Epstein, because the amounts of people that is involved with this, it's so it's astounding, you know, and they don't want that to get out. They don't want it to get out, and of course they don't want, you know, Papa Beto to get in trouble, you know, because like I said, they all like to protect him. And like I said, and it's like they have like this club where they're protecting each other, because if one get in trouble, they all get in trouble, and they all of their sick and dark fetishes and ill doings comes to light. So they don't want all that to come out. So yeah, they're protecting each other, and it's sickening. It's sickening that that the government is going to this extent to protect these people, and you know, the survivors. They have nobody in government who is looking out for them. Nobody who is advocating for them or speaking out for them. It's just like you have the whole government coming against you. You know, that's just go. You know, and you know, and I mean, yeah, it's nothing new, because you know, coming from, you know, the Black community, you know, we're something new when the government coming after us, you know, or coming after us because we're saying something that they don't like. But these are kids. These were kids, you know, and if we can't all agree to protect children, then something is wrong with us. You know, really something is really wrong with us. You know, I just, like I said, you know, ICE, as horrible as they are, as horrible as the economy is, and just everything else that Trump is doing, as bad as it is actually a distraction from these Epstein files, because they don't want the truth to come out, because if that comes out, that will put the nail in the coffin from him. Like, it will be the end for him and a whole lot of other people, and they don't want that. You know, it's yeah, they want to protect their power and their money and all that, but they also want to protect, I think, just their freedom, because I think a lot of them will be locked up in jail if it came out. If the DOJ actually did their job, they will be in jail. You know, and then you know, I just want to touch on this ICE thing. I heard a lady, which I saw this morning, they showed it on the news, this disabled lady, how ICE pulled this woman out the car and how they treat, but she testified today about how they actually treated her. If you treat a disabled person like they are, like their dog, in the way they talk to her, I mean, like she wasn't even a human being. Like, yeah, where is your humanity, and where is people outrage for this, for someone being treated like this, you know, this disabled person? Like, you know, like if we can't protect children and disabled people and elderly, then we're effed up. You know, we just effed up. It's certain sectors of society that, you know, that I feel like we should all agree that we should be able to protect these people, and regardless of who is doing them wrong, we should be able to speak out against that. You know, even if it's going against maybe the political party that we're a part of, or our job or organization that we are affiliated with. Like I said, if we can't agree on those simple things as a society, then we are seeing a lot for ourselves as a society, and it's not in a good way. But like I said, everything is a distraction about these Epstein files, and I just really want people to understand that when you haven't talked to victims yet, survivors. You know, I'm sorry, I keep calling them victims. I know they prefer to be called survivors, but you haven't talked to these people yet, and you say that there's nothing there. Yeah, there is something there. The question is, what don't you want to come out? That's the question. What is DOJ not wanting to come out? What is so bad in those files that you don't want the American people to see and to know about? And who is the persons or persons that are so bad in those files that you don't want to come out? So, like I tell you, stay woke, and if you sleep, and wake the hell up. Like always, I'm a little country and I'm a little chic, and I'm always keep it straight. Have a great night.